Ancient people around the world put a lot of effort into keeping track of the sun as it moved along the horizon and through the sky. The solstices and the equinoxes were especially important. The Mayan people of Central America apparently determined that after many years, the winter solstice sun would be aligned with the Milky Way. The Mayan pictured this as a very large snake wrapped around in a circle, its mouth being where they saw this dark rift region. We now know that that region is aligned with the center of the galaxy. The Mayans figured this as a time cycle of about 5,125 years that ends on December the 21st, 2012. We now know that that time will be at 11:11 a.m. Universal Time. This galactic crossing actually started approximately in the year 1980 and will be complete, in other words, through the galaxy by the year 2016. The year 1998 was exactly in the midpoint. This graphic here is not quite right because 1998 should be in the center. But you can see where the 2012 date is positioned just a few years after the center. Note that the crossing takes 36 years. Coincidentally, 36 is the base gematria number used by the ancients around the world. That number system has appeared many times and in many ways in the crop formations. The year 1998 is an interesting year in that it is 2 times 999 or 3 times 666. These triple numbers like that have been appearing in the crop circles in various ways. Also interesting, in 1998, it was 222 years after 1776 when independence was declared in the United States. And 1776 is twice 888, a number associated with Jesus and with various other things, including a certain crop circle and the date 888, the day on which the Olympics opened in China. There is another coincidence in the date December the 12th, or 21st, 2012, in that the number 12 and 21 are mirror numbers. If you take the square of 12, it equals 144, and the square of 21 equals 441, so that the mirrors are squares of each other. If you minus 441 from 14, or minus 144 from 441, it comes to 297, which is the mirror of another important number, 792. We'll get into that more later. The Mayan cycle is 13 Baktun, and Baktun is 144,000 days. And so 13 times 144,000 days works out to approximately 5,125 years. The number 13 and its mirror 31 have the same type of situation where the squares of those numbers are also mirrors. If you subtract one from the other, the result is 792, that number that is the mirror of 297. The number 792 is 1/10 of the diameter of the Earth in miles, 7,920. Gematria means measuring the Earth. The precession of the equinoxes moves 1 degree every 72 years. A complete circuit of the 12 zodiac signs amounts to 25,920 years. Half the precession amounts to 12,960 years. Various forms of that number have been part of the crop circle message. 1/10 of 12,960 is 1,296, which is 6 to the 4th power, or 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. In half the precession, there are 6 ages of 2,160 years each. 216 is 6 to the 3rd power, or 6 times 6 times 6. The number 2160 was special to Plato, as was the number 5040, which figures as 1 through 7 multiplied. These numbers have appeared in the crop circles, and we will get into that shortly. The Earth diameter, 7,920, figures as the numbers 8 through 11 multiplied. On July 17, 1991, a triangular formation appeared at Barbary Castle. It was said to represent the alchemical trinity of sulfur, salt, and quicksilver, corresponding to the sun, the moon, and Mercury. Each side of the triangle was calculated as 6 radii of the corner glyphs. The north sun symbol has 6 curved lines, and the ratchet spiral of Mercury has 6 arcs. The moon glyph on the southwest is at 234 degrees, which is 6 degrees short of the normal 240 degrees for an equilateral triangle. The number 234 has the same tangent as 666, except it is a positive number rather than negative. The mirror of 234 is 432, a well-known base cycle of time number known in India as the Kali Yuga. Adding these mirror numbers equates to 666. The numbers 234 and 666 are evenly divisible by 18 and not by 36. The number 666 figures as 37 times 18. The number 234 figures as 13 times 18. When I realized this about 16 years ago, I looked up the 666 verse in the Bible. It is Revelation 13:18. And this is the verse, quote, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It took me a minute to realize the coincidence of the verse number and the calculation 13 times 18 equals 234. The beast symbolism apparently represents a karmic stage of dealing with our animal instincts, which are related to the lower 3 chakras. The number 666 seems to signify that karmic stage, as related to the days of creation. The 6th day is followed by the 7th, which may have been suggested by the 777 coincidences related to crop circles and the 9/11 events. The 888 coincidences may suggest a new octave representing the start of a new cycle. The 6 days of creation are symbolized by the seed of life, a very common crop circle type related to the Flower of Life series. The north sun symbol of the 1991 Barbary Castle formation follows the pattern of the seed of life. In that case, it is displayed as a closed aperture. Dreams and crop circles indicate that the aperture will open like a flower blossoming.